Hi, my name is Terry and welcome to this new channel. This is the first of many videos that will constitute the channel You Don't Know Africa. That's going to be the name of the channel. I don't know if I'll tweak it later on, but for now that's what it's going to be called. I'm going to be revealing knowledge emanating from the down-to-earth spaces of Africa. I think that this knowledge is tangible to the collective evolution of the world. It is the only sphere of knowledge left untold, till date, unknown sufficiently to Africans in diaspora, as well as Africans on the continent. This may be bizarre sounding, but this is the ultimate truth as will be revealed ongoingly. My aim is to reveal some of these things. Amongst the reasons for this is that it is just timely. The world will soon begin to, it has started, shift in its paradigms, leave outer space and begin to return down to earth. But what we have by virtue of today's world is a painted world. It will soon begin to value the real world, which is not what is obtainable today. So besides it being timely in that sense, it is also timely in the sense that before now my parents were alive. Recently my dad died, my mom died as well. So it's just timely that I begin to reveal things that I may once not have said. I think it's time to air some of these things out, and it's all things of beauty. What lies in Africa is greatness. It's not skyscrapers, it's not cleanliness, the so-called standards of cleanliness. And understanding Africa in general will take a measure of legitimate illiteracy. Because secular standards of literacy will not work. That's why there is a gap. There isn't a tangible understanding of the concept of Africa, because this is beyond a continent. It is an entire paradigm, an entire knowledge base that is world adjusting. Only the knowledge in Africa, if revealed, the world will not be in its current state. It hasn't been revealed. Africans and the continent in general, by virtue of world standards, constituting a painted world, they are ashamed of the narratives that they have deemed as, they've bought into the narrative of Africa being, a dungeon, a jungle, and have not embraced these beautiful aspects of Africa where indeed greatness lies. Greatness is not so clean. And then the Africans in diaspora, they are able to tap into their African, to some extent, but not in entirety, because being African is something different. The realm of it, you will know it. If you are African, you will know it. Anyway, I'll be discussing these things in various topics. I'll be formulating the topics. I'm hoping that amongst other things, it also hints or establishes to people returning to Africa the tenets of Africa. Things that may not have been as sufficiently explained. You cannot explain these things in books. The entire internet, you cannot use grammar to explain Africa. A typical African will see you speaking grammar and say, do you have cotton wool in your mouth? It's beyond that. You speak in tongues when you are to reveal themes of Africa. You tap into the depths of your spirituality. It's not about seeing, it's more about how many things you can see. And when you have seen many things become ordinary. The things seeable in Africa, you cannot see anywhere else in the world, in the globe. It's not about skyscrapers there. Africa is a humbler. Even if you put out $100 billion to create a westernized Africa, it will never work, because Africa, that's how it is posed, to be a humbler, to be down to earth natured. If you come there with 100 billion and you feel that you can take over the world, it will put you in your place. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Those logical standards set by the West as standards for living, for livelihood, will fail in Africa. So if you intend to go to Africa, just go. I'll give you advice, suggestions on that note, but that's a typical route to take. You just go and do the grind, grit it out, bear your brother's consequence, bear your own consequence, and evolve. Through the undertaking of that journey. It's a very dirt road, but dirt is good. Ask the soap master. Of every nonsense you can sift of it to find sense therein, or at least testimonial use for good. So even if you were to ask me on the spot, should I go to Africa, should I do research? No, go to Africa and just leave it, because English will not explain Africa. There's nothing you can read on the internet written in English. If you understand one African language, you'll understand what I'm saying. The context behind humans, the nature of Africa stares evolution in humans, evolution in unconventional ways. So, where embraced, you evolve tenets, aspects of your humans that are unexplainable by virtue of just ordinary words. You need spiritual terms. You may see a broken English and say it's illiteracy, by the regular standards, but when you reverse engineer, like broken English and convert it to English, that's where you see too much of the context involved. Too much depth, spirituality, too much evolution, improvisation, tenets of humans that are not known to the world. The world doesn't too know of concepts like respect. The world doesn't know of potholes with roads on it. These scenarios are only enactable by Africa. You cannot paint it in pictures. It's not coincidence that this so-called knowledge stemming from the down-to-earth spaces of Africa have not been documented. They have been orally passed. A typical African parent will wink his eyes and you can peer into his mind's eye and decipher what's there. A typical African would tell you without any book standards that, just to raise your engine and tell you that the radiator is bad. So much. Anyway, I'll stop this video here. This is a separate channel that I'll be coming on to discuss these topics relating to Africa. I'm hoping it will also be revealing, especially for those wanting to move to Africa, the concept of Africa, to understand it better, amongst other things. I won't go too much into history. I don't read books any longer. I've written an entire curriculum called Legitimate Literacy, Knowledge Derived from the Down-to-Earth Spaces of Africa, in a bid to write the no books. We need to complement what exists of outer space knowledge with knowledge stemming from Africa, or down-to-earth knowledge. This will make knowledge whole and better tangible for the evolution of humans. So I'm not going to be talking history. I'm not going to be talking any of that. The basis for this channel is going to be legitimate literacy, and I'll explain in layman terms what Africa is using various topics. I have a list of these topics, answering as many potent questions as possible with respect to Africa. Like what's the difference between an African in diaspora and Africans on the continent? Like, will I pay for something when in Africa that is known to cost $500? Will I pay $1,000 for it? Or will I feel that I'm being scammed or stuff like that? And will I still pay for it knowing that there's a potential that I'm being ripped off? Tangible questions like that will, be directional in your motion towards Africa, because that is going to happen. motion towards Africa. Anyway, I'll stop this video here. This is the first video, an introductory video. You'll be able to contact me in the comments and all that. Your boy Terry, stay awesome.